Hey, what's going on? YouTube, Kyle here, aka Smooth Flipper. And in this video, I'm going to go over some of the issues that people are going through in my Facebook group, my course group, and some issues that I am kind of enduring as well. So if you are actively phone flipping, if you are somebody who posts ads every day, who's used to getting a good response every day, and have noticed that the response to the ads aren't as good as they used to be. So, if you recall, let's say in December of last year, you were getting, tons of hits. You were getting thousands of views on your ads. You were getting 50 to 100 leads a day. If you noticed that in December of last year, and then now, this is beginning of March, you notice that this past month has been pretty slow. I just want to go over that, you know, and what you should expect, in the future. So, if you don't know the 4 quarters of business, then I'm going to kind of explain them to you. So, the year is 12 months, right? There are 4 quarters, out of the year that us as business owners talk about. That's Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Um, if you guys can do your math, each quarter is made up of 3 months. So January, February, March is Q1, April, May, June, Q2, July, August, September, Q3, October, November, December, Q4. Um, you notice that the business has been slow. That's because it's Q1. This is expected. This is not a surprise to me. I've been doing this long enough to where I know that, usually the beginning of the year around this time, February, March, and maybe to the beginning of April is always slow. And that is because it's tax season. You have to realize that throughout the year, besides these months that I mentioned, people are in need of cash, they're short on cash, so they're always going to be messaging you because they need cash. Tax season comes around this time. People are then getting their tax returns, meaning they don't need cash. They have cash. They've worked the whole year to receive a tax return, and they don't need your service anymore. Well, as of now, they don't. So keep that in mind. This is a business. It's not going to be, you know, uh, at your peak 24/7. There's ups and downs, and this part of the year is expected. This is why I always preach this. You have to have another source of income. You can't rely on phone flipping to live off of. I mean, yeah, you make good money, but times like this, you have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself for these times to where you're not digging into your savings because you're trying to survive these 3 months, because it's slow. So, my advice for you guys would be, you watching my video on YouTube, go on YouTube, watch other videos, as far as how to make money, learn new skills. There's tons of ways of making money, not just phones. And your goal should be, especially around this time, you have a lot of time to spare. Your goal should be to learn as much as you can about these other businesses. So when it does slow down again for you, you have, 2 or 3 different sources of income you can fall back on. Um, and it was crazy because a lot of my group members were like in panic mode. They were, I was getting a bunch of messages from my members. I was getting a bunch of posts from people saying, "Hey, why is it so slow? My marketplace views are low. I may be getting 10 to 20 leads a day. I used to get 50 to 60 a day. What's going on? I don't know what's going on." So for those who don't know, I just gave you the breakdown of it. You got to look out for these quarters in business, and around this time it is the slowest. So this is Q1. Uh, you know, so it's slow right now. You have to realize that. And then you're gonna realize, like I said, last December, which was Q4, it's gonna be crazy. So it happens. It does kind of suck that if you are someone who was rolling, you rolled all the way until February, and it hit and it's slow. Don't be discouraged. Like I said, it happens. So find new skills to make some more money. Don't rely on just one. Do not rely on phone flipping, because it's probably not going to happen. But what if phones were done after tomorrow? What if there was no more phone flipping? Then what would you fall back on? So guys, keep that in mind. Like I said, I had to make a video because so many people were panicking, and I understand. When I first started, I was the same way. I was kind of worried, like maybe this isn't what everyone says it is. Maybe this isn't for me. You're gonna have those doubts when things start getting slow, but up to you on how you handle it. So let you guys know that. Keep that in mind for every year. If you're doing eBay, if you're doing Amazon, it's going to be slow around certain times of the year. And that's just how business works. There goes my dog. Anyways, that's just how business works out. It's going to be slow certain times of the year. You have to know that and be prepared for that. And you have to always have backups just in case, you know, it gets really slow to the point where, you're not able to pay bills if you're doing this full time. So keep that in mind. It's only temporary. It's not the end of phone flipping. Some people had said that, and it's definitely not. So just wanted to give you guys my advice and my input on the situation. Uh, Quick announcement: today is March 1st. Tomorrow is the launch of the course. So if you haven't been watching my videos, course launch, updated content, a bunch of new and different techniques to source phones. Um, all that is going to be added. It's already slowly being added, but by midnight, everything will be added. Price will be changed. So if you want to get it at the $297 price now, you can, and you will be granted. You'll get that updated content as well. So if you want to take advantage of that, do that today before midnight. Right at midnight, it's going to change. So don't wait until 11:55 and then your computer freezes up on you. I can't help you. I'm sorry. So keep that in mind. If you did like the video, drop a like. New to the channel, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.